Welcome to the Huddle Show. I'm your host, Isaac Farmer.
And I'm Ben Farmer.
Hey, we have a great show for you here today.
Coaches, please don't forget to submit your highlights as well as your game scores. We want to show them not only in the Huddle Show, but also the Huddles and THTV social media platforms.
Hey, let's jump right into it. Let's get into the Huddle game of the week, Crossing versus Gwynn Park.
It was a good one, man. First quarter, definitely a good defensive match between both sides. Again, coming out of the Christmas and New Year's break, that's what you want to see. Get back to the root and the foundation of things. Good defense, low scoring first quarter, 8-6.
Absolutely. But however, second quarter, Gwynn Park pretty much stepped on the gas, and they led that quarter, ending 22-15.
Absolutely. Going into halftime, they had all the momentum. It looked like a blowout, to say the least, right? But third quarter, we understand that games are they're about adjustments, right? And Crossland, that coach must have said something good to those players because they won the third quarter 13-4, taking that momentum back.
Yeah, going into the fourth quarter was 28-26. So, Coach Rob Garner from Gwynn Park had to tell his players something to get them going because in the fourth quarter, they won that quarter 20-10.
Absolutely. Ran away with the game, but the best thing about it is we'll be able to hear more about that from him today. I think he's one of the guests on the show, correct?
Definitely so.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to speak to him.
So, hey, let's get into the rest of the scores from PG County this week.
Absolutely. So Friday's boys games, you had Bladensburg defeated Laurel 60-54.
Yeah, okay, that's a good one.
Northwestern defeated Bowie 63-58.
Okay, close games.
Absolutely. Eleanor Roosevelt defeated Wise 66-64.
Super close. Unexpected, but close nonetheless.
Oxon Hill defeated Friendly 80-53.
Okay, see, somebody didn't come ready to play that day.
Right. Sarasville defeated Largo 57-54.
Okay.
And then I got another close one. Fairmont Heights defeated Central 80-74.
What I'm starting to see is as the season progressed, the chemistry between these teams is starting to get a bit more cohesive, right?
Yeah.
I believe, it's an any given Tuesday or Friday day. Nobody's running away with PG County in the 4A, 3A, 2A, or 1A divisions, right? So people got to come ready to play.
Absolutely. They get into the division games now, so they're going to have to come with the A game.
Absolutely.
If not, they'll get blown out.
Okay.
Hey, let's jump into Saturday event, the Hoopbuzz.
Hoopbuzz Invitational, absolutely wonderful tournament, the 4th annual one. So let's applaud Chad Wilson, who actually be on the show with us today to kind of discuss the foundation of where that came from. But a lot of close games, a lot of non-conference games. You don't see them often, but they're good. I think teams are able to test their ability playing some of these non-conference teams. You don't see them that often.
Absolutely.
So you actually got a game plan and get a bit ready for them. What were your thoughts?
Hey, I thought it was real competitive. A lot of teams came ready to play. Close games, and one of them almost went in overtime. One of them did go in overtime, and it was I'm telling you, like, people was on the edge of their seat watching these games.
Absolutely. You got teams, buzzer beaters, making them, missing them. I mean, I'm telling you, some of these games were too close. Let's hear some of them scores.
Oh, absolutely. So, at the Hoopbuzz scores, you had Theodore Roosevelt defeated Fairfax Christian 65-63.
Came down to a last shot at the buzzer.
What happened with that?
A missed layup.
Wow.
Contested, but a very makeable shot. Missed layup, could have sent the game to overtime. It just didn't go Fairfax Christian's way.
Then you had St. Charles defeated Gwynn Park 55-46.
Okay. They played. It was a good game. Close throughout the first 2 quarters. I mean, everything was close. St. Charles started to pull away from it in the third, but very competitive, to say the least.
Okay. Wilson defeated Riverdale Baptist 58-57. That was a close one.
Heard stories about that one.
Yes,
Definitely
sir.
a good game.
Yes,
Definitely
sir.
a good
It
game.
came down to the wire. 0.1 seconds left in the game.
It's not like a Derek Fisher moment right there.
There you go. Bishop McNamara defeated Lansdowne 57-56 in overtime.
Okay.
Yeah. That was tough. Bishop McNamara almost got upset after coming off that big win versus Paul the 6.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they were ready. Came with a little bravado and ego about themselves after a good win like that.
Absolutely. Rock Creek Christian defeated St. Mary's Riken 93-71.
Yep, just ran them out the gym, it seems.
And the game of the night, Frederick Douglass defeated Wise 81-70.
Yeah, Douglas came to play. I heard they lost their last game, but we knew, coming off that Christmas, New Year's break, they just needed to wake up a little bit. Came, kind of redeemed themselves a little bit with a win. I mean, again, all in all, a good tournament to say the least.
Absolutely. I can't wait till next year.
Absolutely. So, again, after these commercials, we'll have not only Mr. Chad Wilson, founder from Hoopbuzz, as well as Gwynn Park's head coach and a couple of his star players. We'll be back after these commercials. And we're back with the Huddles High School Sports Show. Again, I'm your host, Ben Farmer, here with Chad Wilson. How you doing today, sir?
How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Founder of Hoopbuzz, visionary behind the Hoopbuzz Invitational. All right, so again, a wonderful tournament this weekend. Thank you for having us, allowing us to come cover it. But so let's just get into it, right? So before Hoopbuzz came about, who was Chad Wilson?
I grew up playing ball in the area. At one point, I was ranked as high as 2 in the country. So a lot of coaches in this area know me and familiar with me as an actual basketball player. Unfortunately, I broke my wrist, my shooting hand 3 times in high school.
Okay.
So my basketball career kind of took a deflate, but still had love for the game, passion for the game, and just found a different avenue to tap into to still be involved with it.
Okay.
So that's pretty much who I am and what's going on today.
Okay, so then Hoopbuzz came about, right? So what was the idea behind it, right? So given your love for the game, the passion for the game was still there, right? But so a creation of Hoopbuzz was created, right? So what's the intent behind, what's the mission behind Hoopbuzz?
The mission behind the Hoopbuzz is just branding student athletes, getting them the exposure they need from college coaches, from media outlets like yourself. Just trying to put them on a spotlight that they might not get on the next level. I mean, for some guys, college basketball might not be something that happens, but high school is something that's going on for them.
Absolutely.
So why not shine a light and try to give them something they might not experience on the next level so they can experience now. High school basketball is a big thing, so I think shining light on it is something that the area needs.
Okay, so absolutely. So your 4th year, again, a wonderful tournament this Saturday that just passed. But let's go back a little bit, right? So how was it your first year, right? Walk us through that process of how it was actually establishing the Hoopbuzz Invitational.
Year 1 was rough. It was rough. I could barely get a phone call return, a text message return, stressing out. Still stressing out today, but stressing out even more back then. We had 3 games the first year.
Okay.
At my alma mater at Riverdale Baptist. It was rough. But I made it work. I kept pushing. I told myself I'll get to where I want to get at some point. So year 1 was shaky, but we got it done.
Okay, so 4 years in, again, undoubtedly you can see the growth of the Invitational. And that's a great thing. But you as a person, how have you grown through that process?
Oh, me as a person, I think it's taught me a lot as far as just being a good person to people. These coaches, I think I get respect from them because I give them the respect.
Okay.
Or I shine light on their kids without them even asking me. Like I reach out to coaches and say, hey, is there anything you need from me? Is like, there's something I can do for a kid? Can I tweet something for them? Can I put something on them on Instagram? Can I reach out to a college coach for you? So me as a person, I think it's helped my character develop a little bit more as I've grown over the time.
Okay, so you found a way to make sure that community feel, that impact is there before anything else. Okay,
Sure.
That's a wonderful thing. So there are tons of tournaments, there's tons of invitationals in this DMV area because just the pot of teams to play, of good players. You know, everybody wants to give them exposure. So how does the Hoopbuzz, Invitational, how does it stand out from the rest of the tournaments?
I would say the selection of games. I would say selection of games. My matchups are pretty on point, I would say. There's not really ever going to be a blowout. I think we had one blowout last night, but for the most part, all games are within 11 or down. So I think matchup selection is key. You need good games. You need a good atmosphere. You need good coaches. You need good players that the fans want to see.
Absolutely, and Huddle can definitely attest to that. You had a lot of good close games, a lot of competitive games. I think brought the best out of every team and every player that you had out there. So the big question that we really want to know before we go is, what's next for Hoopbuzz?
This next weekend is coming up, January 11th. I have the Hoopbuzz Challenge.
Okay.
My first year doing this. I'll be at Friendly High School. Same time slots. We got 7 games. Opening up with a JV game, ending with Friendly versus Grace Brother. We got Surrattsville, Bladensburg, Friendly, Grace Brother, Surrattsville JV, Honeytown's JV, Honeytown's Varsity, Veritas Collegiate Academy, and Sandy Springs Friends.
Okay.
Spalding as well, I'm sorry.
Okay, absolutely. Again, putting it on for everyone in the community, everyone in the county. We definitely appreciate you. We definitely appreciate the work you're doing. Again, thank you for joining us here on the High School Sports Show.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be back after these commercials with Isaac Farmer interviewing Coach Rob Gardner and 2 of his star players.
All that is good, Jesus. Lord, you are everything good I find in you. Do you know him in the pardon of your sins? Do you know that it's coming again? I wonder, do you know about my Jesus?
What's the difference between pass the battle and keep battle?
I really can honestly say, as I think about that question, that it's not any difference. I really don't. Like, I really try to think, like, what am I? That's who I am. Actually, keep battle is who I am. Pass the keep battle is what I do. But it's not. Like, I don't change when I do that. I'm still serious about what I do. I'm still gonna be a comedian. I still want to have fun. I still like I take all of who I am into that. Like, I don't become something different in that role.
Welcome back to the Huddle. I'm your host, Isaac Farmer. I'm here with Gwynn Park High School head coach Rob Gardner and 2 of his players. How's it going?
I'm good. Coach Native.
How's it going?
Benjamin Roberts. How's it going?
Great. So look, we're about to go into this highlights from the Gwynn Park versus Crossing game. Check it out.
Yeah. I used to fuck up my up. Now it's the jet with my feet up. I got the money and power. Now none of these can see us. I'm rocking furs on first. I'm probably beefing with Peter. I gotta pay her to leave him. It's probably cheaper to keep him. There was wondering what me could do. Yellow land look like Pikachu. Back to back and then them Rolls Royce jumping out them ghosts playing peekaboo. Any, meeny, mighty, mo, see it back. I could peekaboo. Rolls Royce to the chopper to the jet. Collie a week or 2. Hey, all of that talking ain't adding up. I just been blowing them ladders up. I heard they said they gon' ride me. All them can back it up. Just quit all that acting stuff. See you, we turning that savage up. Swimming in red, we drowning. I'm flying the paddock up. In that like I'm mad at her. I never play with that. I keep some hitters with ratchet tuck. All of them killers don't push me. Ball let them get hit. Way that I'm built, never could snitch. Get killed with this, with us. I took my re-up and doubled it up. The soda started bubbling up. They try to throw the kid under the bus, now I'm running it up. I used to fuck up my re-up. Now it's the jet with my feet up. I got the money and power. Now none of these can see us. I'm rocking furs on furs. I'm probably beefing with Peter. I got a pair to leave him. It's probably cheaper to keep him. I keep about 20 racks inside the real truck. Slide dog. I just put 20 racks on instead of young. Slide dog. I get a bag to double. All of that talking and adding up. Then calling the peace tree. I've been turning the static up. Yeah.
And we're back. Let's get right into it. Coach Rob, now head coach of Gwynn Park. You were a winning coach with Friendly High School, where the second year you took them to states. You were winning coach with Wise High School. In the third year you took them to states and you won it. So now you're head coach of Gwynn Park High School. Gwynn Park hasn't won a state championship since 1988. However, back when I played with Gwynn Park High School, back around 2002, we went to states, we didn't win it either. Gwynn Park High School has been a winning franchise, been going to states, however, couldn't get over the hump to win the championship. How are you going to bring Gwynn Park High School back to state championship worthiness?
Well, first I just want to be able to recognize the former coach and Mike Lick, who was there, who really laid down a great foundation before me taking a job. But I couldn't really think of another job that I could possibly go into and being able to resurrect a program and building it back up than Gwynn Park. It was also a program where nobody really wanted, and I just kind of feel like, that's who I am as a coach. That's my ministry. I believe in the underdog, the ones that's overlooked, the ones that's counted out. And I just kind of feel like this is the next challenge for me as a coach, to see whether or not I can take a program and really take them to a level that they hadn't been before. And so that's what I've been excited about ever since.
Okay, sound good. Well, coming from Wise, you was 131-34 as a record. What's your record? Like I said, you won a state championship with Wise in your third year. Now you're at Gwynn Park High School. Last year, the record was 10-13. This year, you're starting off at 1-5. So I know some obstacles in front of you. Explain what you're doing to overcome those obstacles.
And, as a coach, I always believe that one of the major responsibilities of a good coach is to model, right? And being able to model for them what to do in adversity, what it looks like to build something, and how patience is involved, poise is involved, trust is involved in that process of building something, and so it's uncharted waters for me. I've been very fortunate and blessed to be able to have coached some great teams and players, and and obviously when you're doing things right in the right way, you win. And so now being at Gwynn Park, it's the process, and but one thing that has been very awesome is the kids that I coach at Gwynn Park, and that community, and them just buying in to what we're trying to do and get and establish at Gwynn Park. Tore it down, building it up again, and every day's been a joy.
Okay, sound good. Well, look, the huddle game of the week was Crossland versus Gwynn Park. You went on the road to Crossland. The first quarter was a little choppy, but however, y'all went into the locker room at halftime, 22-15. Y'all was up, came back out. Crossland took command of the lead. They won the third quarter 13-4. So y'all went to the fourth quarter 28-6. I want to know, what did you tell your players going into the fourth quarter? Because the fourth quarter they just killed you, 20-10. So what did you tell your kids going to the fourth quarter down 28-26?
Well, one, Crossland played a very good game. Like, they really played a great game, and take nothing away from them and their effort that they gave to try to win that basketball game. We just, as a squad and as a team, we just haven't been able to put 4 quarters together where it just flowed and we're playing at our capabilities, and so, I don't know if I say anything special, but it was 2020. We've been preaching that. We took our season and we separated it into 2 separate seasons. One is what we call the non-conference schedule, and then one was what we called our conference schedule.
Okay.
And it was a fresh start for us for the conference schedule, our first game in the conference. And so we just had an opportunity to really tighten up a little bit. I don't know if it was more about me than it was for them.
Okay.
You know, some of it has to do with, you know, the seniors. We're a senior, you know, driven team. And I think they kind of came together, which was a good sign to see, and kind of, you know, got together and said, you know, we put the demand on this, like, we're not going to lose this basketball game.
Right.
Let's come together and do what we know we can do.
Okay, sound good. Gentlemen, y'all playing the game. You know, you got your guard, you got one of your big men on the show with us. We appreciate that. So what are y'all doing from this point on to say, hey, look, let's go get this state championship. Let's get the 500. Let's go set ourselves apart from everybody else going into the playoffs.
As a team, we had to change our mindset as a team. It's basically, our motto is one game at a time. So as of right now, we're not worried about our record. It's just being able to win our next game. And we have to basically be tunnel vision and be real eager for our success. You know, that's it.
Sound good.
Like you said, keep a tunnel vision. We try to work on our growth. Keep us as one team. Keep working to get better. Not worrying about any outside voices or anything. Worrying about everything that's inside of our gym, at our school. Not worrying about nobody else.
Sound good. If you could, what's one word that's defining Gwynn Park basketball right now? What is one word that your coach is telling y'all to focus on? One word is going to define y'all's season totally from this point on.
Process.
Okay.
And growth.
Okay. Well, sound good. Well, Coach Rob and your players, I really appreciate y'all being on the Huddle Show. We appreciate your time. You know, we wish y'all great luck within this season, and we hope y'all can make it to the top. Thanks so much for being on the show with us.
Thank you.
We sign off from the Huddle. Huddle up.
Worry about to eat it. 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 Worry about to eat it.